I've been saying it for a few weeks now. I think the perfect opponent for Solo Sikoa at WrestleMania is Jacob Fatu. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the Wicked Bitter channel. Thank you for checking out this video. I'm Travis. Welcome to Friday Night Smackdown Blue Brand Notes. We got some stuff to talk about here tonight. If you are new to this channel and you love pro wrestling, you love WWE, hit subscribe on this channel, follow this channel, like this video. We got some great stuff coming out here. We talk about Raw, SmackDown, PLEs. We do review videos, email videos, prediction videos. I do live streaming on Twitch where I have the chat open. We can watch Raw and SmackDown together and talk there. Today, though, we're talking about the most recent episode of SmackDown, what's going on with Solo Sikoa coming back, all dressed in white, too. Like, my boy looked fresh. But let's get into SmackDown. Let's see what happened, and let's talk about where they might be going with all of this. First of all, quick note. Joe Tessitore is not on SmackDown this past Friday, and instead they have Vic Joseph from NXT filling in, which I found very interesting that it wasn't Corey Graves. So obviously, clearly, there might be still some animosity between Corey Graves and WWE right now. I just wanted to point that out, that Vic, and I like Vic, honestly. I think Vic is really great, and I think he deserves to be on the main roster commentating. He did a great job on Friday Night SmackDown. He does a great job on NXT. I mean, look, if you are on commentary with Booker T and you still do a great job, you deserve some props, because Booker T is very hard to work with as far as commentary because he's so out there and his voice is very rugged. I love Booker, but man, him on commentary, although he is comical and entertaining, he is funny. I could see where it could be a little hard to reel him in and to actually provide some good commentary. It's not a shot. I'm just saying. Friday Night SmackDown starts out with Cody Rhodes, and he's talking about how Elimination Chamber is coming up. He talks about WrestleMania. He mentions that Jey Uso has picked Gunther as his opponent for WrestleMania, so now he starts going down the list of people he could potentially face at WrestleMania, and then Drew McIntyre comes out. Drew and Cody have a little bit of a back and forth. It wasn't anything crazy. I think it was just a way to get a segue to get Jacob Fatu out there, because shortly after Fatu comes out, he interrupts. He gets into a little bit of a face-off with Drew McIntyre, and by the way, when Fatu came out, the crowd was chanting for Fatu. This guy is over like you wouldn't even understand. I can't wait to see what they do with him. I don't think they're going to have anything major for Fatu at WrestleMania, other than what I think his opponent will be, but I don't think it's going to be a title match or anything like that. But I think Fatu will have a good WrestleMania match, but after WrestleMania, I think Fatu is somebody we all have to watch out for the rest of the year, because I think Fatu is going to have a monster year, and I don't even know if he's going to win mid-card titles. I think this dude might just jump right over to the main picture right away. After Fatu and Drew kind of exchange, some words with one another, Fatu looks over to Cody as Drew leaves, and Fatu says he's going to win the chamber. He's gonna take that title back, bring it back to his family where it should have never left. And then all of a sudden, Solo Sikoa pulls up in the parking lot, gets out of a car, and he's wearing all white, looking fresh. He looks up at the trailer, by the way. I don't know if a lot of people caught this, but on the trailer, Roman Reigns and Paul is on there, Paul Heyman. And the way Solo looked at it was kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of the way he looked up at it was kind of almost like, all right, I bow down to you. You are the tribal chief, kind of thing. Had a look of like defeat on his face, but also like acknowledgement too. No pun intended, but honestly, that's what it really looked like. But as Solo was walking into the arena, Fatu stops Cody Rhodes, puts his arm across Cody's chest, and says, "Hey, if anyone's gonna have to words with Solo first, it's gonna be me." Cody says, "You're fine. You can have the first words with Solo if you want, but I will have the last." I wasn't going to cover this, but Naomi defeats Chelsea Green to qualify for the Elimination Chamber. So now we got Naomi and Bianca, both the tag team champions. Both of them are going to be in the chamber. I think something fishy is going to happen with them in the chamber. I think Jade will come out and attack them to cost them the match. I don't know. This is just early predictions in my mind that kind of popped up right away. Or something will happen with that, because I don't know. And maybe not. Maybe it'll be a clean. Maybe they don't really get to put their hands on one another. Maybe they work together throughout some of the chamber match. Maybe they have some friendly competition between one another. I don't know. But I feel like something will happen. That's just my early thoughts. But the main point I wanted to make here was, again, the mid-card women's champion has lost a match. Lyra lost on Monday Night Raw to Bayley, and now we got Chelsea Green losing to Naomi on SmackDown. I don't know what we're doing here. I don't know why we had to pick Chelsea and Lyra to get these losses. to be in these qualifying matches. I don't know what we're doing, but we have to do something with these mid-card women's titles because they already are useless. There is no point to them. There's no build, there's no rivalries, there's no feuds, there's no prestige, there's nothing to these women's mid-card titles. They just gave them to a couple of women and said, go ahead and run with it. And they haven't been able to run with it. They've been... Nothing meaningful happens with them. I just think we need to change something with that, or else WWE is going to find themselves in a very bad position and find these mid-card women's titles falling as low as what the women's tag team titles fell to years ago, where nobody gave a crap. They were barely ever on TV. Almost people forgot that almost there was tag team champions for women's. Like, we can't get to that level with the mid-card titles. All I'm saying is we have to do something here with the women's mid-card titles. We got Jacob Fatu finally finding Solo Sikoa backstage. He storms into that locker room. Solo stands up. Jacob's like, yo, you got to let me know what's going on here. What's happening? Where were you? What's going on? Solo says, hey, look, I had to leave. I had to get away. When I lost that Ula fallout to Roman Reigns, I had to leave. I wasn't feeling like myself. But now I'm back. I let my whole family down. I let you down. I let Tama down. I let the whole family down. So I'm back now, though. I'm good now. I'm ready to take over this company like we had originally planned. It starts tonight, though, with you, Jacob, winning your Elimination Chamber qualifying match and getting into the chamber and then going to WrestleMania. Fatu does not look happy with him. He's about to leave, but Solo grabs Fatu's arm, pulls him back, and says, hey, Fatu, I love you. And that's the first time I think we've heard Solo say that to Jacob Fatu. Obviously, of course, we know the common, like, we all laugh about it when Fatu yells out, I love you, Solo. We all know that. But this is the first time now where Solo is saying it back to Fatu. And if you look at this, right, the way Fatu talks to Solo is like, it's like the chain of command has changed. It's like Solo now has to answer to Fatu and not really Fatu answering to Solo. It makes me wonder if we're going to have a story here where Solo is begging and fighting for the respect and the forgiveness of Fatu going forward. I still think, though, we are heading towards a Fatu versus Solo match at WrestleMania. I've been saying it for weeks here on this channel, so if you haven't followed this channel, subscribe to this channel, you need to, because I feel like I'm right on this. Solo versus Fatu, I think, will happen at WrestleMania, and these right now are just the small seeds being planted for it. We get LA Knight versus The Miz here with a promo. Look, by the way, since Shinsuke Nakamura came out as U.S. champ, no pop for this guy. No boos, no cheers, nothing. And then he gets in the ring, he cuts a promo, and the crowd just chants what after everything Shinsuke says. I think WWE has failed Shinsuke Nakamura. I don't. And honestly, putting the title on him, it has done nothing. It did nothing for Shinsuke. I actually think his reign is coming to an end extremely soon, maybe as soon as Elimination Chamber or whenever Shinsuke defends his title next, wherever it may be. I think he's going to lose that title, and it looks like it's going to be against LA Knight. LA Knight and Miz had a little back and forth promo, which was really great, by the way. I would love to see more of Miz and LA Knight doing promos against one another in a feud with one another, something. They had some good jabs at one another, Miz mocking LA Knight last week, saying, about the whole men crying thing, I thought was cool. Miz talking about how he's been on top and LA Knight has never been on top. I mean, they had some good verbal exchange there. If you want to go watch it back, go watch it. It was really good. It got cut short a little bit. Aldous came out and made a match between the two. LA Knight beat The Miz, and LA Knight is looking at Shinsuke Nakamura now. Looks like we're going to just keep LA Knight here in the U.S. picture because we don't know what else to do with LA Knight. I still would like to see an LA Knight main title push at some point. Maybe we get that this year after WrestleMania, but as of right now, it's not looking too great. We get a little something interesting backstage, though, after this. Andrade comes up to Miz, tells him, hey, if you ever want me to teach you something, let me know. I'm just saying. And then he walks away. And then Mello came up to Miz and says, hey, look, guys like that don't respect guys like us. And then Miz tried to jokingly kind of say, hey, we can be a team, you and me, you and Mello, me and Mello, Mello don't Miz or whatever. And Mello kind of just brushed him off and walked away. I do think there might be something here, though, at least with Miz and Andrade. Can you picture these two together? These two coming out in suits looking like ballers. I would like to see Miz and Andrade together. Or Miz can create almost another Miz-tourage, but not with that name. Maybe another group. Miz, Mello, and Andrade together. MMA. Miz, Mello, and Andrade together. Those three guys I think would be cool. Miz could help lead these two guys to prominence. And, Mello and Andrade have great chemistry in the ring. Imagine them as a tag team. I think that'd be kind of cool. I don't know. Maybe there's something there. Maybe there isn't. Maybe I'm just looking into it too much. Can we talk about the Street Profits, though? Can we talk about the Street Profits promos? Because I love these vignettes these past couple of weeks. I love this. Give me the Street Profits as heel tag team champions right effing now. I need these guys as champs because these promos have been absolutely fire. These guys, I cannot wait for them to become tag team champions because you know where this is going. They are going to be tag team champions. I don't know when. Dawkins mentions when he gets cleared. It's going to happen. It has to happen. And Dawkins actually has stood out to me a little bit because a lot of people talk about Montez being the breakout star, and I've even said I worry about Dawkins kind of like falling by the wayside and like getting released or something down the line. Dawkins has looked good in these promos. I think Dawkins has the potential to be an actual standout single star by himself. I don't know if he'll match or be above the level of what Montez's potential could be by himself, but I think both of these guys, whenever they decide to put these two on solo paths, I don't think I'm worried about Dawkins anymore. I think Dawkins can handle his own. We get an Owens promo in the car responding to Sami Zayn's promo from earlier. Owens basically tells Sami Zayn to let's go back to where it all started. Let's go back to Toronto. I'll be at Chamber. Find me there. Come find me at Chamber. Now, I think this will happen. Early prediction. I don't think it'll be an actual match, though. I don't think it'll be Cody. I don't think it'll be Sami versus Kevin in an actual match. I think Owens will show up. I think he'll either call out Sami or whatever, and he doesn't. Or maybe Sami shows up and calls out Kevin Owens, and when Kevin Owens comes out, I think they're just going to brawl for a little bit in Toronto. You know, these Elimination Chamber matches are going to take a while, so I don't think we're going to add a bunch of matches to Elimination Chamber. But I think Sami and Owens will brawl for a little bit, and I think the true match will actually happen at WrestleMania. We get Stratton versus Nia Jax in a women's title match. The match ends in DQ when Candice LeRae gets involved, and then after the match happens, LeRae and Nia Jax attack Tiffany Stratton, and then Trish Stratus shows up and makes the save there, but the numbers are too much where Nia Jax and Candice LeRae kind of take over. They beat down Trish, they beat down Tiffy, they leave, and then Charlotte Flair comes out. Charlotte Flair comes out, gets down to the ring, has a really cringy sit down on a chair promo against Tiffy where she keeps saying, "Tiffy, wake up." It reminded me of like the "Chrissy, wake up. I don't like this." I don't know if you guys remember that, but yeah, she says that a few times, and then Charlotte says, "Hey, I choose you. The Queen chooses you at WrestleMania," something I thought was going to happen all along. And here we go. So this is another thing now where it's just been 1 week of a tease for Jey Uso and 1 week of a tease for Charlotte. These two picked their opponents very quickly. I don't even know why we needed to tease to begin with, but Charlotte versus Tiffy is official for WrestleMania. That means whoever wins the Women's Chamber will most likely face Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. So that's interesting there. Yeah, that happens there. And then afterwards, backstage, we get a little bit of an interview with Tiffany Stratton where Trish Stratus comes up to her and says, "Hey, how about you and me versus Nia Jax and Candice LeRae at Elimination Chamber in a tag team match?" So Tiffy and Trishy time is happening at Elimination Chamber. We got a tag team match with them. I think Elimination Chamber is going to be a banger. They're going to face each other. It's going to be a great show between the two chambers and whatever else that gets added to that. Quick little thing here. Nick Aldis has Bianca and Naomi show up in his office. He shows them a video of who he thinks the attacker of Jade might be. It shows backstage footage off a cell phone or something in the parking lot. And you could see on the left side of the screen Raquel and Liv kind of walk away behind everything. And so now it's the implication that Liv and Raquel were the ones responsible. I still don't think they're the ones that were responsible. I think this is just a mislead. I still think it may be Naomi or Bianca that did it. So I don't know. But right now, the focus, WWE is painting it as Liv and Raquel. This could be because maybe they pivoted and found a different way to find a solution for this because maybe they don't know where it was going or what the original plan isn't going to work or whatever. Or maybe this was the plan all along. I don't think it was Liv and Raquel. I think it was someone else, but that's what we're going to go with right now. All right, now it's time for the big deal here. The main event, the triple threat match, Priest, Strowman, and Fatu. Whoever wins goes to Elimination Chamber. It was a good match overall. And then towards the end of this match here, where Fatu was looking like he was going to get squished in the corner with a chair around his neck by Braun, Solo gets up on the apron and Samoan spikes Braun Strowman to try to help Fatu out. Cody comes out to attack Solo, and then Tama Tonga comes out to help Solo and attack Cody, and then Tama Tonga holds up Cody Rhodes for Solo to hit the Samoan spike, and when he went to go spike him, Cody ducks, and Samoan spike hits Tama Tonga. This does not look good. It infuriates Jacob Fatu, who gets out of the ring. He swings Solo around. These two have a standoff here. Fatu takes his shirt off like he's ready to go. He ends up getting cleaned out by Damian Priest, and then Cody hits the crossroads on Solo Sikoa. Priest gets back in the ring, hits a South of Heaven to Braun Strowman, pins Braun, wins. Now Priest is going to Elimination Chamber. After the match, Cody gets in the ring. Both the guys look at the WrestleMania sign. Then Cody shakes the hand of Damian Priest. Look, I knew Priest was going to win this all along. I said it a couple of weeks ago or last week or whatever. I think a lot of people maybe expected it. I think there's bigger plans for Fatu, and I think they're going to hold off until Mania. And for Priest, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm not crazy about Damian Priest. I don't not like him. I just don't really like him. He's okay. I don't think he has any good odds at all winning this Elimination Chamber. I think he's in there because they want to build who they view as like the top stars in their company right now, which is smart. And you want to give Priest some love, I guess, because they want to build Priest up. You could tell WWE wants to show Priest off as if he is a top guy. I'm not feeling it. So he's in there. I fully expect Finn Balor to lose to Seth Rollins on Raw, so Seth can be the final man in the chamber. Speaking of Raw, though, that is happening in Charlotte, North Carolina this Monday, which means I will not be live streaming because I will be actually at the show on Monday night, so that'll be pretty fun. So I won't be live streaming on Twitch, but next Friday, I will be back on Twitch for SmackDown. I know the schedule has been kind of off, but we're getting there. We're making it work. But yeah, okay. That's it for SmackDown. I want to hear your thoughts. Let me know what you think about the show. I hope you all had a great Valentine's Day if you did anything for it. If not, that's cool too. I hope you have a good rest of the weekend. We'll be back with another video, of course. Tuesday, we'll have the reaction video to Monday Night Raw, what happened there. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend. Until we yeet again, my friends, as always, remember, stay bitter.